Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm so excited. I'm going to be sharing with you guys all of my beauty favorites from the year of 2017. Can we just take a moment and talk about like where the year has gone? I feel like it went so fast. So much has happened within a year and I'm just so excited to be starting 2018. Obviously, I'm uploading this a little bit into the new year and I really hope that all of you guys are starting your year off right and everything's going well for you guys. I hope you had a great holidays. And I just really want to talk makeup. I want to talk about my favorites from the past year. I've discovered a lot of new things, but I've also just stuck with a lot of things that I've just loved from previous years. So I'm really excited to share this with you. I've been watching a ton of these videos here on YouTube and I think it's my turn to share my favorites, right? But this definitely is going to be a long video, so be sure to grab a snack, some coffee, tea, and let's just jump right on in. So starting off with like a primer type product, I really don't have a primer to share with you. So my skin type is very oily. Products like to slip right off, especially since I live here in Florida. And the biggest beauty tip that I've learned this past year is actually for people like me who have very oily skin and really don't need that like slip on their face. A lot of the times I've actually just been skipping primer and just, you know, using my moisturizer and going straight into my makeup routine. I find that the products adhere a lot better, they stay on a lot longer. But I've also really been loving the Badescu facial spray with aloe, cucumber, and green tea. This has been amazing for those days where I feel like a little bit extra dehydrated and my skin just kind of needs like a little pick-me-up. So I'll spray this on before I put my foundation on and it just kind of like allows the products to slide on a little bit better. But this also is just great for like, you know, natural days where I'm not wearing makeup and I just need like a little pick-me-up, or even just like set my makeup. It doesn't necessarily like help it last longer, but I just feel like it helps to just kind of like mesh everything together and make everything look really nice and healthy looking. And for foundations this past year, I've had two that have been like my go-tos. So my favorite of like all time that I've been using now for like probably 3, maybe 4 years, this is definitely like my 4th time repurchasing this, is the MAC Studio Fix Fluid SPF 15 foundation, and I wear the shade NC20. This right here is my Ride or Die. It's my go-to foundation. It's definitely a full coverage foundation. It's gonna like hide and conceal all your imperfections. They have such a wide range of shades. There's definitely something for everyone, and I just find that this lasts the longest on my oily skin. Like I said, products like tend to just slide on off, but I find that this holds up really well, and the shade just matches me great, and it just makes like a really nice, great canvas. But like I said, it is full coverage. It definitely doesn't look natural. Like it looks like you're wearing makeup. And one thing I do like to mention is that it does have a scent to it. It smells a lot like paint. It's really weird at first, but then I like fall in love with it, and I'm always obsessed when I put this on. I'm like, this smells so good. And then the newer discovery for 2017 was definitely the Wet n Wild Photofocus foundation, and I've loved this. This is more of like a medium to full coverage. You can definitely build it up to a full coverage, but I just like the way it sits. Like I don't feel like I'm wearing a ton of makeup. It doesn't feel super heavy, but it definitely covers a lot, and they do have a nice range of shades, and it just looks really great in photography. Same with the MAC one. Even though it has the SPF in it, I don't find that there has flashback or anything like that. And I really like the applicator on this. It does have kind of like a spatula, which makes it like really easy just to like dot on the face. And with both of these foundations, I do like to use a beauty blender, but you could totally use a brush if you wanted like more of a full coverage look. But those have been like my 2 go-to foundations. For concealer, I've had one favorite this past year. I narrowed it down just to one because like I had others I was using, but this is just like my favorite. I just like the way it looks when I wear it. It just brightens everything up, it conceals everything, and it's my favorite. It's the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser for dark circles. I wear the shade Light Pale, and it lasts me forever. I've literally had this for like over a year now, and it has goji berry and something else in it. I just find that it's moisturizing, like it doesn't dry out underneath my eyes. I feel like as I'm getting older, I'm noticing like a little bit more of fine lines, so I'm a little bit more cautious with like the products I'm using underneath my eye area because I really don't want it to dehydrate that area and make it look even more dry. So I just really love this concealer. It's really brightening. It just blends in really nicely. It doesn't sink into my fine lines. It's just the best, and the applicator makes it super easy to put on. I almost forgot one more foundation I wanted to mention, and that is a powder foundation from Minerals. It's their 4-in-1 pressed mineral makeup. It does have SPF 15. Guys, this is one of my favorite products in the summertime because I don't really like wearing a ton of makeup. I do tend to reach for more of like a powder foundation. This is great. It does give like light coverage. It's not going to cover like imperfections and everything. I just find that it really helps like even out my complexion, and It just sits really nicely on the skin, especially because I do tend to get very oily, but you could totally use this as like a powder on top of foundation if you really wanted like a very full coverage look. So you could use it for different things, but for me personally, as you can see, I've used this a ton. It's my favorite for the summertime. It's like my go-to foundation, so I did want to mention that. And then I did have one powder to share for this year, so it is definitely the Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder. I use the shade Translucent. It just works for like any skin tone that I am throughout the year, whether I'm tan or I'm pale. I love it. It is definitely more of like a heavy powder, so like a little bit goes a long way. I really love baking with this. It does have a weird odor, but you kind of get used to it, and literally guys, you have enough product in here to last you like probably 3 years. Like I am nowhere near finishing this. I got this at the beginning of the year and I use it all the time. It's amazing. It just really brightens up the under eye area and it really helps keep my oils at bay. I just think it's really great. Now for my favorite thing ever to share, which is eyeshadows. I love playing with eyeshadow. I just think it's so fun. You can be really artistic and creative with it, and I have to mention like the thing that I reach for the most, which is my MAC eyeshadows, and I have like 3 palettes here. Like I custom pick my shades, so like you can pick your palette size and then pick out the shades and put them in your palette. So I have like this one, which is like a bunch of different shades. This one right here, the smaller one, is like my go-to like everyday palette. You'll see a lot of the colors in here I've hit pan on. And I also did want to mention really quick for my brows, I always reach for my MAC Mystery Eyeshadow. It's like my favorite. I've been using it for like 3 years now for my brows. It's just like the perfect color. Super easy. It looks really natural. I always get complimented on it, and I use MAC's Mystery Eyeshadow. But I did want to just give a little shout out to like my favorite MAC eyeshadows if you guys are interested in just trying out a few. I always recommend Satin Taupe, Woodwinked. A lot of people love like Brown Script if you're into like those really warm tone brown colors. It's a matte color. I love Amber Lights in the summertime. It's a really pretty like warm orangey golden color. And then I love Quarry. Like I just have so many favorites. Like if you guys want me to do a MAC like eyeshadow collection video, let me know because I just have so many favorites. But yeah, and then I have like this one. I took the divider, like holds them out of this one just so I could put more, but like this is what it would look like if you were to like have the divider, and it looks really nice and pretty. This one is actually a pre-made one. You can buy them pre-made. I think half of the shadows are like limited edition, and then like the other half are like permanent colors. So like for instance, I just mentioned Amber Lights to you guys. It is in this palette right here, and it has like a couple of like other popular shades, but then there are other like unique shades. So I just think honestly like MAC has such an amazing formula, but I like swear by MAC shadows. I think that they blend beautifully. They're super easy to work with. They have such a wide range, so if you are a makeup artist, I always recommend checking them out. Even if you just need to pick up like a couple of unique shades, like for instance like this palette right here for me is kind of like my fun palette. It's really not that fun. It's pretty neutral still. Like I'm really into like those purple colors, but I have like a couple of blues. They just have everything, like everything you could ever ask for. Okay, and then I do have one liner to share with you guys. It is the e.l.f. Intense Ink Eyeliner. Guys, this is $3 and it is like the best liquid liner you'll ever use. It's a really like chubby felt tip, but it's just super easy to like wing out, and I tell everyone to use this. I think it's amazing. $3, you can't beat it. It lasts a while. It's matte, it dries down, it doesn't smudge. It's just the best. Okay, and then I also have 2 mascaras I wanted to share this for the past year. So I've really been loving the L'Oreal Voluminous like the entire year. It's been my go-to. It volumizes, it does everything you need in a mascara, and it's from the drugstore. It's super easy to find, it's affordable, it's just the best. And then I did want to mention this one, even though it is more of like a recent favorite. It is literally like life-changing. It's the Marc Jacobs Velvet Nior Major Volume Mascara. This mascara is so volumizing. I wouldn't say it's so much lengthening, but it's super volumizing. It literally looks like false lashes on your eyes. I get so many compliments when I wear this one. The wand is just really like big and fluffy, and it really just coats the lashes really dark and just really big, and it's insane. I can't really talk for it. You just have to try it. And then for bronzer this past year, I've been obsessed with Hoola from Benefit. It has been like a recent discovery. I think I discovered this like last December, so really used it a lot within the past year. It's just like that perfect color for all year round, and it's just beautiful. And then for contour, I've been obsessed with my Fiona Styles Sheer Sculpting Palette in light medium, but these literally blend themselves out, which I love so much, and the colors are perfect. It's just like a foolproof product. Like I feel like all of her products are, they just like do the work for you. These powders are life-changing. I love them so much. And then for blush this year, I've been obsessed with my MAC blushes. I just find that when it comes to like blush, it never lasts on my skin. Like I said, I have oily skin, products just want to slide right off. But the only ones that stay, besides my Tarte ones, which I love to death, but I feel like I was using these more this year, which are my MAC blushes. I am a MAC person. I just think that their products last. And like I said, my face just rejects makeup, so MAC really just holds up very well. It is like professional artistry makeup, so it is used like under intense lighting and all that stuff, so they do formulate it for that. And I think that has a lot to do with like why it works on my skin, because my skin just hates makeup. But it really loves these MAC blushes. My two favorites are MAC's Melba. If you were to get one blush from MAC, definitely get Melba. It's matte, it doesn't emphasize texture, and it's just that perfect like everyday color. You can wear it with anything. It's so beautiful. And then my other favorite is Breath of Plum. It's what I'm wearing today. It's so beautiful, and I love it for the fall time. I love it all year round, but I would recommend Melba for like a newbie who wants to try out a MAC blush, because it's just like great for every day. Okay, and then last but not least, before we wrap this up, I'm going to move on to my favorite lip products from the entire year. Lip has been my favorite thing. Like I just love playing with lip color. It's super easy. You can just play around and have fun. And so I have a couple of things to share with you guys. So I'm going to start off with lipsticks. My favorite lipsticks ever are from MAC. Again, I'm sorry, like they're not sponsoring me. I wish they were. But I love MAC. I think that they have amazing products, and especially their lipsticks. They smell like vanilla cupcake, and they just last, and they're creamy, and they have so many different shades. There's something for everyone. But I have three that I wanted to share with you guys. These are like my three go-to like everyday favorites. So the first one is in the shade Faux, which is a satin. This one is just like a really pretty like pinky nude. It has more of like a, like, I want to say like a mauve undertone, like compared to Brave, which I'll show you next, has more of like a pink undertone. But then like Brave is very similar. You definitely don't need both. Like if you're more into pinks, go with Brave. If you're more into like a like mauve undertone, I'd go with Faux. But let me show you guys like side by side, because they are very similar. So they're so similar, like you really can't even tell side by side. But I love them both to death. And then my other favorite has been Velvet Teddy, which is a matte. But even the MAC's mattes are super hydrating, like just creamy, really comfortable. This was like a really, really pretty color. As you can see, I'm into like the same shades. But that one right there is a Velvet Teddy. It's just like a really pretty everyday nude color. So I love MAC lipsticks. I think they're amazing. Go get you some. See, I feel like the lighting was washing it out, because from afar they look different. I know like you're like, those all look the same. They are very similar. You definitely don't need them all. Okay, and then I definitely had to mention the Bareminerals liquid lipsticks, because these are like some of my favorite lip products ever. They're more of like a mousse-like consistency. They're not like super drying on the lips. They do not completely dry down either though. That's one thing I will say. I would say they dry down about 90%. They still do transfer a little bit, but nothing crazy. They last on the lips a very nice amount of time. They're so comfortable, and they smell like dessert. They smell so good, and the applicator just makes it super easy to apply. Like these are just my favorites. My favorite go-to shade is called Weekend. It's just like a perfect pink and nude color. I also have like a holiday collection one in the shade Naughty, which is like a really pretty like red velvet color. But you can't go wrong with these. They're amazing. The packaging's really pretty, and I just think they're great. Like definitely go check one out. Okay, and then I also wanted to mention the Stila liquid lips too, because I recently discovered these back in like September, and it's what I'm wearing right now. They literally last forever. They're comfortable. They don't like dry out your lips. And I have two favorites. I actually don't have one of them right now. I can't find it. So the first one is Patina, which is like that perfect everyday color. Very similar to Weekend kind of actually right here. I can't find it, otherwise I would show you, but that's like a great everyday color. I love that one. But this one that I'm wearing right now is called Aria. So pretty. They don't streak, like one time and you're done. The applicator is really easy to use. Again, they're not drying. They dry down completely. I think they're amazing. I just think they're the best. So that wraps up my makeup favorites from 2017. I cannot believe we got through an entire video and I did not die. If you guys are new to my channel, be sure to subscribe down below. Give this video a big thumbs up too so we can help share it. And if you guys are interested in trying any of these products I mentioned, I will have them all in the info box down below, as well as my social media accounts. Be sure to go and follow me. I will be uploading a try-on haul within the next few days, so be sure to stay tuned for that. And I think that's about it, guys. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I will see you in my next one.